So our learning target is I can use equivalent ratios to answer scale problems. So we're going to hone in specifically on the scale that you'll find on the bottom of a map. All maps should have a scale on it which tells you how the distance on the map compares to real life, okay? But before we do that, I just want to make sure we're good on solving equivalent ratios. So I'm going to do one more example like our spiral review question today to make sure we're good. Okay. Now on this unit and on all the geometry units that are coming up over the next 6 to 7 weeks, you guys can use calculators. So you can use calculator on your phone, you can use your calculator on your computer. If you go to Google Calculator, it will come up. Or if you have like a handheld calculator like mine here, you could use that as well. I have not yet decided whether or not I will let you use a calculator or use the calculator on your phone when you're taking a quiz. Because I've had students cheat on my tests and quizzes before because they were texting each other answers. So when you have your phone out, that temptation is there. But you guys are awesome, so I just need to decide if I feel comfortable with you guys doing that or not. Okay, for cross multiplying and dividing is really the quickest and easiest way to solve these. So you always multiply diagonally first, and then you divide by the number that's left out. And if you have your calculator handy, this is a very fast process, okay? We can do 5 times 8 divided by 26, and there we have it. We found y. So that's why I teach you that method, because within a few seconds I had the answer to that, without having to do any operations or anything by hand, okay? So let me just put the directions here so that you have it in your notes for the future. We multiply diagonally. Okay. Then we divide by the number that is left out. Okay, so in this case, that left out number was 26. So we multiplied diagonally, we divided by 26, and we found that y is equal to 1.3. Okay. Such a quick, effective method for solving ratio problems, okay? So now I'm just going to show you one quick example of a real life example where you would set up a ratio to solve it. And then I'm going to show you in the pack, we're going to do some of the work in the packets for just getting practice. Okay. So let's say that, like I said, on maps, you're always going to see a scale, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. But let's say that a map's scale is 2 inches to 3 miles. Okay. So on the map, a trail is 3 inches long. How long is the trail in real life? Okay. How long is that trail in real life? Now, when we were doing distance learning, we did a whole unit on ratio, so hopefully this is all just reviewed to you. but it's good to circle back and make sure we're good on this, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up two equivalent ratios. So first of all, we have the ratio of 2 inches to 3 miles. So that is 2 to 3. We have our inches on the top, and we have our miles on the bottom, like that. Well, to find out how many miles that trail is, we're going to set it equal to this, and then for in real life, or on the map, the trail is 3 inches long. So since we're talking about inches, I'm going to put it on the top, and we're going to be solving for the number of miles. We'll just put an X there. Okay. Well, you could probably do this in your head, but there will be times when a calculator really comes in handy. We're going to cross multiply, so that's 9. Divide by 2, and you're going to get 4.5. So X is 4.5 miles. Does anybody need me to talk you through that again? You good? Okay. Cross multiply, divide. Now let's answer in a complete sentence. We can say the trail is 4.5 miles long. Okay? So that's how we would use it in a real life situation. And now what we're going to do is we're going to open up our packets to page 6. If you do not have your packets, I couldn't make copies for you because the sizing would have been off and you're actually measuring. And you're probably not going to be able to measure from your computer screen. So I'm going to have to help you with the measurements, and you'll have to do your work on a separate sheet of paper. So if you don't have your packet, just make sure you can continue on right here with the notes if you want and write everything on your paper instead. Okay? I'm going to pass out rulers to anybody who needs one. Does anyone need a ruler? Okay. Now I have to warn you that the packets are like so simple that it kind of bothers me because you don't get a chance to really test out those equivalent ratios very much in the packets. But we'll use them a little bit today, and we will definitely use them tomorrow for our lesson. Okay. So here's page 6. And for those of you that, like I said, don't have your packets, I will help you with the measurements. I'll tell you what everything is so that you can still do the math portion of it. Okay, so we have a map here of a living space, and notice down here is your scale. All maps should have a scale on them, and this tells us that every 2 centimeters is the same as 9 feet in real life. Okay, so we're going to go through and take a look at each of these rooms. The first room that we're going to look at is the bathroom, and for this they've asked us to use centimeters, so I'm going to measure. And I can see that my bathroom is 2 centimeters wide and 2 centimeters long. Okay, so our length is 2 centimeters, our width is 2 centimeters. Well, we don't really need equivalent ratios for this because it tells us right here that every 2 centimeters is the same as 9 feet. So we know that the actual length and width of the bathroom is going to be 9 feet by 9 feet. Okay. So that one's super straightforward. Now let's look at bathroom number 2. If I measure bathroom number 2, the length is 2 centimeters. And the width is 4 centimeters. Okay. Well, 2 centimeters, we already know that one. If it's 2 centimeters, then it's going to be 9 feet. So the actual length of the bedroom is 9 feet. And now we need to convert the width. Now, I know you guys can probably logic right through that one, okay? If the width is doubled, then this width will also be doubled, okay? So we know this is going to be 18 feet. But just for the sake of making sure that we understand our equivalent ratios, our scale is 2 inches to 9 feet. So if we don't know how to do this math, we can just say, well, the bedroom is 4 centimeters to x feet, and you could solve for x. So I have my centimeters on the top, my feet on the bottom. Okay, so I would cross multiply and divide, and I would get 36 divided by 2 is 18. So you can see it works. Now let's take a look at the laundry room. Laundry room is 2 by 1. 2 by 1. So the length is 2. The width is 1. Now, obviously, if it's 2 centimeters for its length, its actual length is going to be 9 feet because that scale is given to us. And I imagine you can also logic right through this one, okay? If it's 1 centimeter, what's the actual width going to be? 4.5, okay? Because if this is half, then that's going to be half. But if we want to just see it as a ratio, we have 2 centimeters to 9 feet is equal to 1 centimeter to x. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Okay. So you can kind of see where we're going with this. I'll do one more with you, and then I'll have you guys try the others. Dining room. Well, the dining room is actually a square, but let's take a look here. It's 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Yeah, square. And I want to find the actual length, so I'm going to set up a ratio. So this will be 2/9, and this is 3 centimeters, and we don't know how many feet yet. So then you're going to do 9 times 3 is 27. 27 divided by 2 is 13.5. So that means the dining room is 13.5 feet by 13.5 feet. Okay. Now I know that not everyone has their packets here, so I'm gonna help you out by just putting the measurements up on the screen, and then you can fill in 5 and 6. So the length of the bedroom is 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters. And the living room is 3 centimeters by 7 centimeters. Okay. So see if you can find the actual length and width of those last two, the bedroom and the living room. you. Well, they already had some of it done for you because the bedroom is 4 centimeters long, and they told you that this was 18 feet. And then we already know 3 centimeters. We already did that math. We know that 3 centimeters is the same as 13.5 feet. Okay. And we know, again, this is going to be 13.5 feet for the 3 centimeters. Now 7, you might not know off the top of your head, so I'm going to set up a ratio. So 2/9 is equal to 7 over x. So 9 times 7 is 63. 63 divided by 2 is 31.5. So this should be 31.5 feet. Any questions about that? Okay, let's turn it over because the next page is actually going to be what you do for homework tonight. And I just want to get you set up on it so that you have that ratio. They kind of make you discover the ratio, so that's why I want to just make sure you're good for that first part. It says that the photography room is a square, and the actual length of the sides is 22.5 feet. So if I come to the photography room, and we do this in inches, and I measure it, I see that the photography room is 1.5 inches. So this is 1.5. That means my ratio is 1.5 inches to 22.5 feet, which is kind of a tricky ratio to use. So they've walked you through the process of simplifying it. So if I want to, I can double it. So 1.5 inches becomes 3 inches. 22.5 in feet will become 45 feet. And then I can get it even more simple by then going to 1 inch. So 3 inches to 1 inches, you're dividing by 3. 45 feet divided by 3 is 15 feet. So really, this is going to be the easiest scale to use. And you're going to be measuring all of these rooms in inches, filling in your table, and then finding the actual dimensions of those rooms in real life. I do want to tell you that you do not need to worry about the area right now. We're not focusing on area. So down here in the chart, where it says area, you can just cross out those columns, okay? Any questions about what you're going to do tonight? Okay. Well, you have 1 minute, so you guys can start packing up. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to have a time to like meet with everybody that made mistakes on the test and talk about it and like work through it. So don't stress though.